someday, in the not-so-distant future, it happens. The moment you realize you're ready for anything. Get a degree in emergency management from Jacksonville State University and be ready for where you're going.
It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday morning, the 24th of February. James Spann here, and a pretty decent day today. A bit cooler, but a really big shot of cold air comes in here Wednesday. Before that happens, some rain, maybe a snowflake or two. Let's go in there and take a look. This is the water vapor satellite image across the nation early this morning. And we are going to revert back to a high amplitude pattern by midweek as a ridge is building in the west and a downstream trough forms over the east. Starting off the day, mostly in the 40s around here, Birmingham at 45. Today will not be as warm as yesterday. Birmingham hit 72 yesterday. Today, the highs should be back in the upper 50s, maybe around 60 in most spots. And around the nation, you can see that new surge of cold air nosing in here from Canada. And we're going to feel that Wednesday. Relatively quiet this morning. Winter storm warnings in effect for parts of Montana and Idaho. Some dense fog issues through parts of central and south Alabama. That's basically in areas where rain came down yesterday. Keep in mind, it was a soaking rain for parts of south Alabama and the Gulf Coast yesterday, where they had big storms in spots. This is the rain for the next 5 days. This carries us through Saturday morning, and this is suggesting rain amounts of about 1/2 inch for most spots. And we'll clearly have one good chance of rain, at least from about Birmingham south by tomorrow night. And this is the chance of accumulating snow greater than 1 inch from early tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. until 6 a.m. Wednesday. And there's a little slight risk over north central Alabama. I don't think there'll be much to that. We'll take a look at modeling here. Let's discuss it in full detail. This is the 06 ZGFS valid at noon today. This is at 500 millibars, troughing over the northeast United States. And again, we're going to be a bit cooler today as both models are printing a high of 59 for Birmingham. Yesterday we had 72, so about 12, 13 degrees cooler. The sky should be mostly sunny. Now, this is tomorrow at midday, and even though it's dry, clouds will likely increase. High tomorrow should be in the low 60s, low to mid 60s. This is tomorrow night at midnight. You can see rain beginning to increase west of the state. Now, the GFS still has us relatively dry. And then this is Wednesday at midday. And the GFS is hinting that the better chance of rain with this feature could be really late tomorrow night, well past midnight into Wednesday morning, primarily along and south of Interstate 20, while the northern part of the state up there in the Tennessee Valley, they stay relatively dry. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What do you say? The high-res NAM, 4-kilometer grid resolution, which often can handle this a little better. First off, now this is tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. It wants to spit out a few sprinkles around here tomorrow morning, and we've not seen this before. It could happen, so possibly a raindrop or two in the morning as you drive to work, maybe some drizzle. But this is the bigger rain mass. This is tomorrow night at midnight, and you can see most of the state would have some chance of rain. The really heavier rain probably over the southern half of the state. And this is Wednesday morning at 6 o'clock. And the freeze line, that 32-degree line, is just north of Birmingham, and a big rain mass just south of here. That's a pretty close call. We note the European wants to print a little light snow over the northern part of the state. This is the snow accumulation as of Wednesday morning at 6 o'clock, and it's got just a dusting and a few scattered pockets up north. And since we've seen that on other runs, we're going to mention pretty good chance of rain tomorrow night, possibly changing to light snow or snow flurries before ending early Wednesday morning with no major accumulation. But again, somebody somewhere north of Birmingham might see a little bit, but not enough to cause any problems. That's the way we're going to lay it out at this point. Of course, we'll watch the trends as we get closer. And then during the day, Wednesday, just much colder. The GFS is printing a high of 41. And I'm not totally convinced we can get far out of the 30s, but we'll roll with a high around 40 on Wednesday with a pretty good north wind of 10 to 20 miles an hour to make it feel colder. All right, this is Thursday. Now, Thursday morning will be our coldest morning. I figure we'll see lows between 16 and 21. All right, let's take a look at the temperature forecasts. You can clearly see the numbers bottom out early Thursday, and most of the guidance has us around 20. But again, I think clearly colder pockets go in the teens. But the good thing, these late season cold snaps just don't last long. Notice how we trend up after Thursday morning. And by the way, I meant to show you that we were talking about that snow deal early Wednesday. This is the Buff Kit snow analysis, and you can see that looks like one run, the OZ GFS, had actually tried to print almost 1 inch in Birmingham, but that's an outlier. Most models show nothing. A couple had just a little trace here. So, again, we're going to mention that chance early Wednesday morning. Don't think it will be a big deal. But Thursday afternoon, we start to warm up with a high maybe pushing 50. This is Friday. We notice surface low over Texas, and some rain tries to break out west of the state. Looks like clouds will increase on Friday, and there's a chance some of that rain could try and push in here maybe late Friday afternoon or Friday night. Don't think it will be all that heavy. And then this is Saturday as we kick off the weekend. The sky will be mostly cloudy. It looks like there could be some light rain, but nothing especially heavy and nothing especially widespread. The high Saturday would be around 60 if this is right based on those thickness values. So if you're planning something outdoors on Saturday, just keep in mind a little rain possible, but at the moment, it doesn't look like a big deal. And this is Sunday. We kind of stay in a moist air mass, but there's no real forcing for rain. It should be a fairly mild day with a high in the 60s. The better chance of rain well to the west. And this is a week from today. The main action over the northwest United States, where they could see a big snow for Wyoming and maybe parts of Colorado. And around here, a surface front approaching, and that would suggest maybe an organized opportunity for rain late Monday or Monday night of next week, but it probably would not be a severe weather threat. We'll check the end of the forecast, March 11th. Ooh, boy. Look at that look. That's a cold look for the east. Standard deal there we've seen all season. Western ridge, eastern trough, and the thickness values plunge. And if by chance this is right, it would be very cold out there, but we all know this will probably change. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock today. If you can, catch us on ABC 3340 News this evening on the live stream or the television side at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.